Welcome, lost wandering souls.
Hello, hello. Test, test, test. Testing, testing. Yep. So, just before I get into Kingdom Hearts, I have the trailer for Dispatch episode 3 and 4 just right here. I wanted to go over it first because I think it literally. Hang on, when was this released? Like a few minutes ago? When was this released? I'm pretty sure. I only saw it a few minutes ago. I don't know if it actually is. If it actually came out a few minutes ago. I only saw it a few minutes ago. Yeah, released 59 minutes ago. Like, literally. This was literally just released. So once I saw it, I was like, fuck it. We're gonna talk about this first. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, look at him. He's so inquisitive. Look at him. He's like, who's this bitch? Also, all of them are so closed off immediately. I don't see Invisigal. I'm just after clocking that. She's not here. Well, she probably is here. She's Invisigal, so she's probably invisible. But, yeah. I hate this.
And see a bunch of villains.
Which weak-ass superhero team did you come from? Geek Squad?
Yeah, I have a feeling that this room thing, because like, do you know the way like there's the trailers and it shows you like a couple of options, like one of the options is, like, you're all a bunch of phoenixes or whatever, and then you've set this program ablaze with your bullshit and all this sort of stuff. So I have a feeling that this conference room meeting thing, I have a feeling that regardless of any choice you make, it's going to go badly. Like, do you know the way like the episode 1, like all the shit that happened with the Shroud that has to happen, and with Invisigal, despite everything, like you always have that argument with her, despite which option you end up choosing, you always have the argument with her. So I feel like this conference room meeting, it's always going to go badly, despite which option you choose. And I feel like it's just one of the things that just has to happen, that it'll go badly despite which option you use, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't like that. You know? But like at the same time, you can't really expect anything differently. Like, I don't like the fact that it's gonna go badly, but it's most likely gonna go badly.
What superhero team did you come from? Geek Squad?
Also, just Flambe. I've been seeing so many people talking about Flambe and all this shit. It's like, I kind of like the idea that some people have come up with about Flambe. Also this. Him. I don't know, like just the comment about the team and how he's from his dad's former team, and it sounds like Robert didn't really join the Brave Brigade once he became the Mecha Man. Like, I don't know what happened to the Brave Brigade. We haven't really been told what happened to the Brave Brigade other than Shroud turned villain and killed Mecha Man Prime, or Mecha Man Asteroid or Astral or whatever. That what was remained the team either disbanded or maybe they kept going for a few years, but it doesn't sound like Robert joined them once he became Mecha Man. You know what I mean? So like, just him, and like he was part of the Brave Brigade. And again, we don't know what happened to Brave Brigade. They probably disbanded after, you know, the tragedy of one member turning evil and the other being murdered by the newly formed supervillain or whatever. So like, just hear like, what weak ass team were you from, and then just Chase's face here, and then you kind of see, I think, a glimpse of him kind of like looking back at Chase.
Superhero team did you come
Oh no, he doesn't.
from? Geek Squad?
He doesn't. But just Flambe's little laugh, little breathy laugh. Hang on, let me mute this because I don't want to hear that again. But just like they're all already closed off. Do you know what I mean? Like folded arms.
Welcome Pokemon community games.
Like all folded arms, the scrunched eyes, you know. Like even what's his name? Construct, whatever this guy, Golem. This guy kind of like closed off, and even though he's fine, like his eyes are just like, I am not paying attention. Do you know what I mean? And she looks bored, and we don't see Invisigal. But like, do you know what I mean? They're all immediately closed off. They're all in this closed off state, and then Robert's gonna come in trying to be a hard ass, and it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? To be fair, I don't think any approach on the first meeting would really work out well. You know what I mean? And it's a shame. I don't like the fact that this first kind of meeting is gonna go badly. But like, I think it's just one of those things that's just gonna happen, and that's it. But look at like Flambe, he's just like looking at him and like, who the hell? I have a feeling, cause like it's probably gonna happen in gameplay somehow, that the rest of them become aware that he's Mecha Man. That's probably gonna happen at some point. I'm hoping like towards the end or something. But I have a feeling like Flambe will probably figure it out on his own without any kind of reveal. Like I feel like like Invisigal won't, like even if it becomes like Invisigal says something or messes up or whatever, I don't think she will, but like however it is the rest of them find out, I feel like for them they're like, oh shit, we didn't see that coming, and then he would be like, yeah, I figured that out. I have a feeling out of the lot of them he'll be the one, because like he's already kind of like looking at him inquisitively, you know what I mean? I just like, I have a feeling that Flambe will be just the one who will just know, he will like, he's already kind of looking at him inquisitively, and I feel like he'll know. Also, whatever he ended up saying here kind of closed them off more, and like except for Flambe, who's already over all of this.
None of us have had real jobs, dude. None of us have had real jobs, dude.
Make the man mecha again.
Make the man mecha again.
Antivirus.
Also, just Robert looking over at them. Hang on. Oh, that's right. What's her name was telling us about this. The billboard, the leaderboard. So they're probably like looking for their names on the leaderboard, and they're probably like laughing at whoever's in last place with her.
You're going to cut someone from,
Which we were already told by Blonde Blazer. Invisigal is at the bottom.
the Z team.
Also, oh my god.
Team. You're going to cut someone from the Z team.
I don't know, like this scene where she's saying it, it doesn't. This face, it doesn't feel like that's the face she would use if she's saying you have to cut someone from the team. So I feel like this is like a different scene. Like the scene, like this face and then the line, you have to cut someone from the team. They're probably like different meetings. Do you know what I mean? I don't like. This is probably like a scene from like episode 3 or something. But the line about like cutting someone from the team, that one would probably be like episode 4 or something like that. Because like I feel like episode 2 is like the episode where it's basically just the demo, right? So that's like the demo where you're doing your first dispatch, and then episode 3 you're still doing dispatching, and then 4 more likely still doing dispatching, whatever. So like it wouldn't make sense that in episode 3 you have to cut someone from the team. So it'd probably be like episode 4, probably like one of the last things of the episode would be like a meeting with Yerwan and her going, you have to cut someone from the team. You know what I mean? Which means there's going to be more situations where there'd be like sabotaging and fuck ups, should I say. I don't know why I'm censoring myself. Fuck ups. And then she's like, yeah, you're going to have to cut someone. I'm imagining that that's probably going to be like I mean, it can't be the cuts, the other way like episode 2 ended with the like a cliffhanger with the whole like, oh, this is my boyfriend or whatever. So I feel like episode 4 will probably have like a similar cliffhanger. And I'm assuming like this, like you have to cut someone from the team. I do think that will play a part in the cliffhanger, but it's probably not going to be the only cliffhanger. And the reason why I say that is like, if that was going to be the cliffhanger, they wouldn't have spoiled it in the trailer. Do you know what I mean?
Going to cut someone from the Z team.
But I'd say it has to happen towards the end of episode 4, because that way you have episode 2, 3, and 4 with the team, and then episode 5 is when you have to like pick someone to like leave. Do you know what I mean? That way you get like 3 episodes with the team, and then episode 5 is where someone leaves, and so you have like different team dynamics because someone isn't there anymore. You know what I mean? Oh, it's your man. That's the same dude from Granny's. And Robert also, he doesn't look like he wants to. Look at his face. He doesn't look like he wants to. Which I think is a good or a bad sign. Maybe this is a test on Blonde Blazer's part. She wants to see what Robert will do, and maybe the right choice is to choose no one. She said maybe the choice for now is to be like, I don't think that we have to cut anyone just yet. Like, I understand what you mean. Because the thing is, like, the other thing as well is, like, we have Robert last episode saying, not everyone, I'm not saying everyone will make it. They won't. I think that's the game outright telling us that there has to be losses when it comes to, like, the team, which is unfortunate. I would like to be able to do a run. You know, the way, like replayability options where you get to, like, do a run where you manage to keep everyone. You know what I mean? That would be very nice. I'm not saying, because like it would be nice, like it would be nice to be able to just kind of go, right, well, if I had made this decision instead, would I have been able to keep all the members of the team? Do you know what I mean? So maybe like this is a bit of a test for Robert to be like, hey, let's see what you do with the whole idea of having to like cut someone. Because maybe we'll get the option of like no one, not yet anyway. Like I've only just gotten here. Like I'm not in a position yet to truly say who goes and who leaves yet. I've had like 3 or 4 dispatches with them right now. That's not enough for me to decide X should leave and Y should stay. Do you know what I mean? Because like for all intents and purposes, the worst of them so far is I suppose it's technically between Flambe and Invisigal, but it's probably mostly Invisigal because again we have that scene of Blazer going, oh hey, we have this leaderboard and she's at the bottom every single week, which is if referring to Invisigal, that she's at the bottom every week. And so like we literally see where is it? Yeah, we see the billboard. So this is the billboard that apparently Invisigal is always at the bottom of. And you know, these two seem to get along great. Like they were both at the bar together. Like I know Flambe was there as well, or Coop was there as well. And this time it's, you know, your one, Malevola. But like these two, like that's 2 scenes now where we've seen these two together. Hang on. Let's go back to the conference room. That's actually really funny. And like you see the flame on his hair as well. So like we know in like the alcohol option, if you choose to throw alcohol on him, he doesn't have eyebrows the next time you see him. So it's like everyone thought that meant that like his skin doesn't burn, but that doesn't mean his hair doesn't. But here's fire on his hair right now. Like maybe just the alcohol worked like a accelerant. There it is. That's 3 scenes now where Flambe and Punch Up are like right next to each other. They went to that bar together with Coop, yes, but it was these two. And then here at the billboard, it's these two again. I'm just after clocking that. As these two for a few times now. It's like maybe these two would be a good team up. I've never actually teamed these two up together. So let's see if these two are a good team up. I'm gonna try that at some point now in a playthrough when there's an option for 2, and I think these two would be a good match. As in like stats wise, that they would be able to handle the situation because stats or whatever. I'm gonna try sending these two on a mission together just to see what happens. Because like they seem to get on well. Like that's 3 scenes now where they've been situated together. They went to the bar together with Coop, yes, and then they're sitting at the table together. Here they are again together, and I know I'm not ignoring Malevola here. I know she's there too. But it's just like it's been these two that have been shown around each other the most. I'm just after clocking that. And then there's Invisigal, and this is like the only time I think we see her here. And look at her. She's not okay. Look at her. She's upset.
You're going to cut someone from the C team.
I know, that was too lightly put, you know what I mean? This guy, I bet you 10 to 1, him and Invisigal know each other.
You two got one weird energy going on, huh?
Yeah, I think they are the main ship. Like, the fact that even Roy is like, wow, you two got something going on there. They are probably the main ship, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. Just like, I was actually thinking this as well. One, I have no idea who's romanceable in this game or not. It's probably going to be Blazer and probably going to be Invisigal here. But I don't know if there's more, if there's more people who can be romance. I kind of like the idea of more than just two options, but we don't know yet. It would be cool if, like, you can, if you could romance some of the guys as well. It's like a few of the girls and a few of the guys as well. That'd be cool. But I don't know. It doesn't seem to have that many options ultimately, because like so far it's been shit happens and you're not allowed to change the bad. Do you know what I mean? You're not allowed to avoid the bad options. The bad options happen regardless. So far, the only time we've seen any real choice actually matter so far in the first two episodes was with the conference, where that last question, you had the choice between not answering it and just walking away, or giving an answer, or beating the shit out of the guy. And that would have like consequences depending on whatever. And it's like, so far, that's been the only one that has like actual choice in it. You can choose not to answer, you can choose to answer, or you can choose to beat the shit out of the guy. Every other choice we've gotten so far, it's mainly just been non-consequential in the sense that, like, in the sense that, that like bad shit is gonna happen regardless of your choice. Like in that that scene with Invisigal in the break room, that argument is gonna happen despite what choice you make. You know what I mean? There's no choice you can make that would avoid them falling into an argument. That argument has to happen, so that way she punches Robert. Like literally, I remember asking this like in a trailer before, going, maybe there's a way to avoid being punched by Invisigal if we make different choices or whatever, but there isn't. It's like a canon event that has to happen. So I hope there's not too many of those, because that immediately, to my feeling, honestly, would ruin the whole, this is a choice-based game and your choices matter. Because all I can think is like, on a replay, if I can't avoid bad option, or bad situation, there's no point in me replaying it. Because if the only reason to play it is the story, which is very nice to have the story, absolutely, but if the only only thing is the story, right, then what would the point in replayability be? You know what I mean? I just find it funny that they met him in his outfit and heard Robert talking, but they don't recognize his voice. Honestly, I'm thinking the same thing about the voice thing as well. Like, one, I think I was saying this in a different video as well. I don't think for a second that cowl that he wears really does much to like cover his identity. You can still like mostly see his jawline. You have his eyes, and most importantly, you have his voice. It's not like he had any kind of like voice disguise thing when he has that like little cowl suit thing on, right? So like, literally, Coop, Flambe, and Punch Up met him in the bar, and he spoke to them. You know what I mean? Like, they had like an entire conversation where Flambe was like telling him to leave, and he was like, oh no, I think I'll stay or whatever. And then he was like, look, we can do this easy way or the hard way, and depending on whether you choose water or alcohol, Robert responds to that, like, you throw something on him, and then he goes, there, easy way. Or it's like, I can't tell, which way was that? And then like, even if you throw alcohol even on him, he runs away. Like, Flambe runs away, and the next time we see him, he has burnt eyebrows or whatever. But Coop stays, and she kind of, in my opinion, she's kind of flirty-ish with Robert. So in my opinion, throwing alcohol on him for some reason makes you hot to Coop for some reason. But okay. The scene, she talks to Robert for a second, or to Mecha Man for a second, and he says, I thought he didn't burn. And then she says what she says, and then she leaves. But yeah, my immediate thought about that as well is like, can't they, like, especially those three, can't they hear his voice and can't they recognize it? And then there's also the interview, the interview where he answers questions and all the things. It's like, you have his voice now. Like, all it takes, because like he's going to be talking in their ear now every day now for weeks to months to potentially years. All they have to do is just like listen to Mechaman's like last interview or whatever, where he's like, I'm retiring, or I have no comment on that, or whatever. I especially love that bit in the interview where he was like, can I talk to someone from this century, please? Whereas like, next question from someone this century, please. And then it's an old guy. And it's like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, just that thing where your man is like, capiche? And he's like, why the fuck are you talking like that? Are you 100 years old? What the hell? But yeah, just I am thinking that as well, that like at some point they're gonna some way somehow find out that he's Mecha Man. Whether like, I think most of them won't really care enough to try and figure out his identity, but I have a feeling that of all of them, Flambe will just figure that shit out. I don't like, because like literally in the bar he was the one kind of like vying for Mecha Man's attention, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I think Flambe will, like, I think like one too many times Flambe will be listening to Robert talking to him on the comms, and then he's like, wait a fucking minute, you're a Mecha Man, aren't you? Like, I think I wonder how it will come up though, and like what it will mean. And I'm still curious about like, why does Invisigal like try to get to know Robert so much? Because like, she's so far the only one who knows that Robert is Mecha Man, right? And it makes me wonder like, how will the rest of the team react to it? Because I don't. It's like, it would be cool if it was like the Z team, or some of them, a few of them at least, were like fans of his or something. But like, I doubt all of them would be. And we know that like him and Flambe have a history. And then there's the whole bar thing as well. I still find it funny that what's her name? That Invisigal literally asked, because like when Punch Up was like, oh, we met Mecha Man in the bar last night, whatever. I still find it hilarious that that Invisigal was the one to ask, oh, what did you think of this Mecha Man guy? One, they didn't really answer the question, like, not really, you know what I mean? But the fact that she asked that question, knowing damn well that their dispatcher is Mecha Man and is listening, like, she's the one who knows that that's Mecha Man, you know what I mean? So it's like, the fact that she asked, knowing damn well, he's listening in, what do you guys gotta say about him? Like, and it was literally just, and the answer that they gave was kind of a non-answer, honestly. The only like real answer we got was just like Punch Up going, I don't know, like a man when I was mech, I guess. And then just Coop being like, and he's kicked Flambe's ass. And then Flambe is like, all of you, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? So like, we didn't really get an answer there, you know what I mean? So gives Clark Kent glasses. Honestly, like, I'm genuinely curious, like, because it will probably come up as well that like he's Mecha Man at some point. But just these two looking at each other. Is that the end of it? Is that it? Oh my god, that's it. Also, that spit take.
Most people will.
I'm not looking forward to that meeting because clearly it's going to go wrong regardless of what you do. So I'm not looking forward to that. Also, look, there's Flambe and Punch Up in a team up together. I'm just after copying that right now. And literally just me talking about how I want to pair these two up on a mission just to see what happens. Because they seem to be friends and they seem to get on, so. Also. Oh, there's Blonde Blazer in the background. I'm just after copying her. Yeah. It's like he flames up because I guess he was being a dickhead to someone. The person that he was being a dickhead towards threw their food on him. He flamed up and then Blonde Blazer's gonna come in and be like, oi, dickhead, turn off the flames. You know what I mean?
Most people.
And the spit take. I wonder what the spit take is about. Also, this is the dude from the donut shop, and this is the Malevola chasing after him. And didn't we see a scene where Malevola was being sabotaged by Invisigal. So I think that kind of confirms to me that this is someone that she knows from her past life, and maybe even this is a sibling. Maybe this is like a brother or like a friend that she grew up on the streets with who became like a brother to her. Do you know what I mean? Like it's someone important to her, and she's sabotaging Malevola to save him. That could be it.
Most people will.
I'm just skipping this because, like, look, they're all on edge already. They're all just on edge already. So I feel like no matter what Robert would have said or done here, it would have ended badly regardless, which is a shame. But they're all on edge. Like, they come in all on edge. So even if Robert said the exact right thing, I don't think it would work out anyway, because all of them are expecting something bad, and so they're all going to react negatively despite everything.
See a bunch.
Like, look at her face. Like, you can see her eyes behind the shades, and she's there just like, she's so angry.
Real job soon.
Technically speaking, Robert's never had a real job either, because like literally in episode 1 where he put on the glasses and it was talking about like PTO and vacation and medical insurance and all this shit and like vacation whatever, literally Robert was like, what the fuck is PTO? So like in a way he also has never had a real job, in the sense like he's never like worked with a company before. And the fact that he said that he's ran out of money as well, so he's been doing Mecha Man for 15 years without an income. So like, yeah.
None of us have had real jobs, dude.
And then there's also the thing, like we know in the future, like depending on, oh, send Malevola. Review your tax documentation. Something the altar boy, something the altar. Tax fraud. What?
We make the man mecha again.
It would be nice if we had cutscene, or not even cutscenes, but like moments where we're in the lab with Royd and we're like, cause like we see like cutscenes of us in the lab, like helping repair the suit, talking to Chase. So like hopefully there's like some like gameplay options in there.
Antivirus. You're going to cut someone from the Z team.
I'm sorry, but that face, that's not the face of, because like she believes in the Phoenix program, you know what I mean? Wait, who's that walking by? Hang on. So clearly someone's after talking to Invisigal. Like maybe they were teasing her, saying like, oh, she's going to get booted off the team because she's always on the bottom of the board or whatever. Hang on, play back. Let's go slowly. Who is this? Yeah, no, we're not supposed to see who. Oh, it's Robert. Dark hair, blue shirt. I mean, I'm assuming it's Robert, but we can't see the ear. Yeah, so maybe he goes and talks to her afterwards. Cause like she did try and give him a donut, so she did like, I think what happened is she put the donut on his desk before going to the break room, right? And then she went to the break room. They had their fight, and then she went back to his desk and smashed his donut. I think that's what happened. I think she put the donut on his desk first, and then went to talk to him and just tried to have a conversation. As she said, celebrate the job going well or whatever. And then they had their argument, and then she went and smashed the donut. Maybe that's the reason why she's trying to make nice with Robert, because she's the most likely to be booted. So she's trying to make nice with the current dispatcher, so that way she won't get booted. but then she pulled the stunt that she pulled, and she's gonna pull other stunts as well, because we've seen in the trailers how she sabotages the other heroes. Like, that's not the face of someone who believes in the Phoenix program, saying like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have to boot someone. You know what I mean? So I feel like this scene is from like the end of episode 3, where they're having another meeting discussing the day's work, or maybe the week's work, who knows. And she's like, oh, it's going well, because like, again, before this she was like, oh, this is the best day that Z Team has had, like the best success rate that Z Team has had ever, which is, wow, holy shit. What were the rest of the dispatchers doing? What the fuck? I know it's probably not going to happen, but I would want to know, if I was Robert, one of my first things would be like, I want the like reports on their other missions before this. Like, I want to see the footage, if there's any footage. I want to see the reports. I want to see what who these other dispatchers were, like what they did. And like, even if it's the case, like, it's like we can't give their superhero identities, like, fair enough, that's fine. I don't mind about that, but like I would, like, if I was Robert, I'd like, I want to see what their other missions were like. Do you know what I mean? Like, that would be like good information to have. And it would be nice if we, the player, could get that information as well, just because I'm like personally curious about it. You know what I mean?
I'm going to cut someone from the Z team.
And then just, yeah. Fucking, I'm assuming, considering it's probably like Robert she's asking to like zip her up, which literally last episode we get told that she has a boyfriend, and now she's zipping up the dress. Ooh, who's this? That's probably Royd, and that's Robert. Royd and Robert. I hope to become good friends. I want to become friends with Royd. So this is them repairing the suit. So this is Mecha Man in the suit, just testing it out. A bunch of pretty jewelry, and for some reason, instead of stealing it, he shoots it. Unless this is like a cutscene where Invisigal shows up again. Because again, it's so far we've seen only Invisigal fighting him, except for Malevola, but then we see Invisigal sabotaging Malevola, probably to save him. So maybe that's part of the reason why she became part of the Phoenix program. This is maybe like a brother or something, or like a childhood friend who she sees like a brother or whatever, and she's trying to like, I don't know, like she clearly doesn't want to be the one to bring him in, because she let him get away potentially twice, but so far we've only seen once, but potentially she helps him get away twice, if my theory that she sabotages Malevola to save him is right.
You two got one weird energy going on, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I literally, there today, right? I could have sworn that today was Tuesday, and I was like, so I was thinking, literally, I remember thinking dispatch tomorrow. And then I looked at my phone and actually checked what day it was, and it was Monday. I was like, fuck. I was like, I have to wait another day for dispatch. Okay, well, I don't think I have anything else really to say other than I'm looking forward to this episode, or these next 2 episodes on Wednesday. The wait is killing me, honestly. It's killing me as well. I'm actually like, I've never had to deal with this in the game before. I don't like it. Because I would love to just go from episode to episode to episode to episode. And like, I'm already kind of, when it comes to the choice-basedness of it already, it's already feeling like your choices don't really matter, because like there are certain things that have to happen and the game won't let you avoid them, which is kind of upsetting. Like, do you know what the ideal choice-making game would be? It would be first playthrough, the game has like a certain story that it wants to tell you, and so you're locked in and you have to just play through the story the game the developers wanted you to play through, right? But then like you go through the game and you play the story that the developers wanted to tell, and then on a second playthrough you can make all the choices and the mistakes and all the avoiding of mistakes or new fuck ups or whatever that you like. Do you know what I mean? That like first playthrough, you have to be hit by Invisigal, you have to fuck up with the team on that first meeting, and then other options where the game will force you to fuck up regardless of your choices. I get that, like, for especially like the first episode, like that, like falling into Shroud's trap, it has to happen for the sake of, you know, becoming a dispatcher. Understand that completely. But yeah, like the rest of it, like I would like it if like the ideal game would be on a replay you can avoid being punched by Invisigal because the game actually gives you a choice to fall into an argument with her, or say encourage or something instead, or ignore or something. Do you know what I mean? Like give you actual choices that will actually allow you to avoid X circumstance because you did it right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that would happen. It would be nice if it did, but like, because like one of my first things was like, can we avoid, say, being punched by Invisigal? Because like when we saw it in the trailers or whatever, it's like, can your choices lead that to be avoided? And then the game happens and it's an outright no. It has to happen, which is an unfortunate thing in my opinion. So it's like, and then like we have that line from year one. Like technically we have two lines of it now, where we had Robert in the end of episode 2, where he was like, I can't say everyone will make it, they won't. I think that's the game already telling us you can't save them all, which again would be a thing like on a replay, can you just let me do can you just let me see, can I save them all? Do you know what I mean? Do you know, like there's like those other games, the Resident Evil, I think. Though not Resident Evil. Do you know those choice-based games where like if you like fuck up, you get your characters killed, but then like on a replay, because you know X, Y, and Z, is like, right, I'm gonna save as much of the characters as I can. You know what I mean? And there is like an option where you get all the characters out alive. Until Dawn, that's it exactly. That's what I was thinking of. There's like games like that. I would like it if just there is an option in this game that you can save all the team. You know what I mean? That you can do well enough for the team, for all the team. Because like the fact that we've had two things now where Robert says they won't all make it, and then Blonde Laser being like, you have to cut someone from the team. Immediately it makes me think the game is like telling us, no, you can't save them all. You have to like let someone go. I'm like, okay, maybe the first playthrough, but I would love it if on a second playthrough you give us more freedom to be like, yeah, I want to try and save everyone on the team. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be cool if on a second playthrough more things kind of open up to you. But I don't know if this is that kind of game. You know what I mean? So I understand the developers have like a story they want to tell, and so they have to lock certain things in so that they can tell that story. And it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But like, it would be nice if like first playthrough it's locked into certain things that you have to do, and then the rest of it on replays, you can do whatever the hell you want then. Like maybe like first playthrough you can only romance Blonde Blazer and Invisigal, but then on a second playthrough Royd and Flambe and whoever else unlocks after that. You know what I mean? That would be cool. But again, I don't see that happening. What I would do as a developer is if I would allow the player to try and save everyone, but by trying to do so, you lose everyone. Ooh, I would actually hate that. I would hate you for that. I would like an option where, because like, the way like with those like Until Dawn games, or like there's like certain games like it, where it's like, right, I'm making all the good choices. Like what's it called? Detroit Become Human. There's literally like the good endings and the bad endings, and the bad endings are like Connor becomes evil or whatever. Like, so there's people who will like replay Detroit Become Human, and this time they're like, right, the good playthrough where I'm the bestest little android and I save all the people, and then they do a bad playthrough. It's like, right, I'm gonna play evil Connor where I hunt people down and I kill them or whatever, and etc. etc. Do you know what I mean? I would like that kind of thing for this. Do you know what I mean? That you can do, like, you can have like a replayability with it where it's like, right, good options, bad options. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking of. Because I remember seeing that. I remember seeing Detroit Become Human where people like, right, good ending or whatever, or good good ending and bad ending. So like they'd replay it and like they'd do 100% the right things where they were like peacefully protesting and Connor was chose to go deviant and blah blah blah, and then they would do a bad ending where Connor was 100% loyal to the machine and the androids fought a violent revolution which caused people to become afraid of them, so that way when Kara or whoever tries to like leave because there's violence, they choose not to let them go. You know what I mean? Or Kara and I'm blanking on the girl's name, going to like what is essentially that camp where they basically shut down all the androids. You know what I mean? It would be like, because it would be great for replayability. You know what I mean? Like, that's something you do need to think of as a game developer, not just the first playthrough, but the replayability. Because like these game devs have like locked people in that like they can't have the full game until like 4 weeks later. So, like on the 12th, you can play through episode 1 through 8, you know, without any issues. But until then, you get episode 1 and 2, then 3 or 4, then 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8. So like the idea that you've locked majority of your game behind like a weekly release, but then you don't have a good replayability option, because the only so far the replayability would be like with the demo where it's like trying different combinations of heroes to be sent on different things, and that's how you find out like, oh, Flambe is really good for this, and oh, Punch Up is really good for that or whatever. That's like the only replayability. You need to give me more replayability than that, because if that's the case, I can just go play the demo. You know what I mean? You know, thinking like a marketer, the replayability is the DLC. Money, money, money. Oh my god. I would hate that so much if that was actually true. I hope they don't do that. I can totally see game developers doing that, honestly, but I hope they don't. I hope like it's like the game industry right now is on fire in the sense that it's become so greedy that it's burning a hole in people's financial well-being, that like, because here's the thing, most people, when it comes down to it, they have a choice between getting themselves something to eat or buying themselves one singular video game. They're going to get themselves something to eat. Do you know what I mean? It's like the gaming industry needs to remember that their little piece of greed, basically, is a fucking hobby. And if people don't have enough money, don't have enough disposable income, guess fucking what? The first things to go on the financial block is hobbies. If people prioritize rent, food, bills over everything, and if after all that they do not have enough money to buy your video games, and therefore the DLC of your video games, and etc, 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 guess what? They won't be buying them. You know what I mean? So if you're not making your stuff affordable, you're not getting a market, a piece of the pie whatsoever. So like, I hope that there is a replayability, and I hope it's not locked behind DLC. Because I know you're probably kidding about that, but at the same time, given what's going on with the game industry right now, it's probably like has like a 50% chance of being true. Like, it's kind of like up in the air right now, like flip a coin type of thing. So like, I'm really hoping that that's just not the case. I really hope not. So yeah, I'm really curious about the characters. Also, just to say this before I move on to Kingdom Hearts, I was looking on Tumblr and it's just like people like, shipping and stuff. But like one of the things was there she like God, what was it? It was like a Tumblr thing where they were like, I was at a party, I kissed a girl at a party, and it turns out she had a boyfriend, and to make sure that the boyfriend wasn't mad at me, I turned around and kissed him too. And then I woke up to a group chat of them both saying, "Did I get home safe, baby?" And then people are like, "Oh, what about Robert, Phenomenon and Blonde Blazer?" And I was like, that's fucking hilarious, the idea of that. That's so funny. Just like imagine Robert pulling both Blonde Blazer and Phenomenon and just being like, "Sorry man, I kissed your girlfriend, here's a kiss for you as well." That'd be so funny. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Dispatch. And just look up Robert Robinson. Also, she was so flirting with him, and then literally in this sorry, the model is not modeling because I don't have the thing open. And I can't have it open for a few minutes, so like literally we see in this trailer as well how she's like putting on a dress, and I'm assuming asking Robert to like zip it up for her. Fuck, where is it? Here, let's just go until after this.
None of us have had real jobs, dude.
We make the man mecha again.
Antivirus. You're going to cut someone from the Z team.
You two got one weird energy going on, huh?
Hang on, where's the scene with the dress? Hang on.
And see a bunch of villains.
Which weak-ass superhero team did you come from? Geek Squad?
None of us have had real jobs, dude.
We make the man mecha again.
Antivirus. You're going to cut someone from the Z team.
There it is. Like literally, like you see like her in a dress, and she's like, I'm guessing asking Robert to like zip her up, and it's just like Blonde Blazer's flirting with Robert. Like at this point, she went from subconsciously flirting with him to this has to be her consciously flirting with him. Because there's not a doubt in my mind that like, so before this I was like, she's subconsciously flirting, but like here she is flirting with him. Like she can't deny it anymore. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I saw someone else on Tumblr, I think, talking about Robert's Riz or something. Let me see if I can. Yeah, literally, this is like, do you see the vision? And it's like, one time at a party, I kissed someone's girlfriend, and to make sure he wasn't mad about it, I just kissed him too. I blacked out and I woke up to a text in a group chat with both of them that said, "Did you make it home safe, baby?" And then it's just like tags, Robert Robertson X, Blonde Blazer X, Phenomenon. And honestly, I can see the vision. I think that would be hilarious. Like, Robert's just there like, what the fuck? How did I pull both of these guys? What the hell? And then Z-Team was like, what the fuck? How did he pull these two? What the hell? And they might just start reluctantly respecting him after that. They're like, what the fuck? Let me see if I can find the other one that I'm thinking of as well. You see, Invisigal, you're not a real hero if you hide behind armor. Flambe, real heroes put their ass on the line. Robert is covered in fucking battle scars and a bullet hole wound in his ear. I was like, that's a good point. Like, they all assume that because he's in a mech suit, he's not in any actual danger. But like, fucking Invisigal especially has no room to talk because she's seen his scars. Not to mention, the bullet wound in his ear is visible. So even if the rest of the team can't see the scars, unlike Invisigal who saw the scars, they can at least see the bullet wounds. There's also characters saying he has a dad bod even though he's got a six-pack. He's like a minor inconvenience away from becoming fucking Batman. His little ear nick is my favorite, to be honest. It adds a lot of character. When the dots aren't connecting, it's an interesting parallel. In my head, I'm like, tee hee hee hee, but what if more scars and wounds? It's like the fact that, like, none of them, like, because again, Visigal especially has no doubt she saw all the scars, but the team can see the bullet wound in his ear. You know what I mean? So it's like literally Flambe, real heroes put their ass on the line. Robert is covered in battle scars and a bullet hole in his ear. Bullet hole in his ear. I actually haven't seen that one. This is my first time seeing that, but I 1000% agree with that. It's like, you can't say that when you see the literal bullet hole in his ear. The mech suit isn't fucking protecting him 100% of the time. Let me see if I can find the other one. Yes, the best thing since the release of Dispatch is everyone having a fucking crush on Robert, and I'm not exaggerating. Blonde Blazer, that woman is fighting every HR dating policy barehanded, and she's fucking losing pathetically. Literally took Robert to the most romantic spot in the whole city. Viz called Robert hot exactly 5 minutes after meeting him, brings him treats like a stray cat at a Italian restaurant. Incredibly abrasive when Robert doesn't celebrate with her after the mission. Flambe, that man is giving bitter ex-situationship. That man hit Robert with the, "You're gonna act like you don't remember me? I'm just warming up. Now can you see how perfect I am?" combo. Literally pats Robert's head and calls him Bob. That's a divorce nickname. When does he pat him on the head? Does that happen in the bar? I did not catch that. If he actually did that, I did not cop that at all. But someone literally says he literally pats Robert on the head. It's like, when the fuck did that happen? Oh, in the trailer. It happened in the trailer. The one where he's being an ass to him and saying, "You should just stay behind the desk and leave the heroes up to real heroes." That's when he pets him on the head. So it's coming up soon. Phenomenon literally asked Robert to dinner with his girlfriend right behind him. Robert's pull game needs to be in fucking textbooks. Every romance option is a baddie. Robert is the baddie. Man has a roster the size of his insecurities. I know this is gonna end badly, but please let me have this. And it works on the audience too, and he has no superpowers. Everyone wants that mediocre man with issues. How is he mediocre? He's doing what they do, but with no powers. And he did it for 15 fucking years. That's impressive. Coop flirting with Robert at the bar before having to help Flambe. That man is a baddie and is pulling baddies. I love these comments. I want to see more comments like this. Because the thing is, I didn't even think of any of that until I went to Tumblr, and people are just like, "Damn, his pull game is insane." I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then they point out, like, Phenomenon literally asked Robert to dinner with his girlfriend behind him, and the Flambe thing, and just, I was like, holy shit, wait, you're right. Everyone wants Robert. I love it. I didn't cop it. I did not cop it until reading this. I was like, holy shit, yes. Everyone wants him good. See. Let me see. And then can't wait for the rest of the team to actually meet him. Meet tired, quote unquote, dad bod energy is gonna pull everyone in. Another example, the shit he pulled accidentally with Waterboy when trying to tie his tie. Another example, him accidentally, the shit he accidentally pulled with Waterboy when tying his tie. I've seen that as well. I've seen people started shipping Waterboy and Mecha Man or Robert because of him practically sitting in his lap in that situation. It's like, fuck. Again, it's not that particular one is not for me, but I see what people mean. Like, Robert has Riz because he was accidentally like basically like, because like he starts on like the boy's left, I think, and then by the end of it he's on his right, so he basically had to climb over his lap, and it was still technically in his lap a little bit after the fact because he was hiding from Flambe. Not to mention Robert Flambe in the bar was like, Mecha Man noticed me. But then when he's literally sitting in the like entrance of his workplace with the like fucking logo right there angled towards the glass fucking door, and then all of a sudden Flambe can't fucking see him and walks past him without an issue. I was like, nah, he knew Mecha Man was there, but he was avoiding him because he felt embarrassed about what happened at the bar. That's what happened. It's like, God, I need the Phenomenon, Blonde Blazer, and Mecha Man trio. I haven't seen what happens when you accept the dinner in date, but still. I think Blazer gets mad at you. This man's accidental Riz needs to be studied. I mean, I would act like them too if I met Robert, LOL. Hold on, my friend, you're forgetting someone. The wettest of them all, yes included. Yes, women included. Waterboy. You cannot convince me that Waterboy didn't think Robert was about to kiss him when Robert was actually hiding from Flambe. There's no heterosexual explanation for this. Again, I don't ship Robert and Waterboy, but like I do see what people mean with the accidental Riz thing. Yeah, like those are like the main points, I think. Just like Robert's accidental Riz and everyone having a crush on him immediately. Oh god. So yeah, looking forward to the rest of Dispatch. Alright, let's get into Kingdom Hearts. There we go. We're tracking back. Should I time equal about damn time? Right, so do we want the fucking this thing is not working again. Hang on. Right, so do we want the little PNG tuber or do we want the reactive? The reactive fucking Fox model. I do have both of them here. Because last time I only started using the V model. Oh yeah, and I have the low energy gamer set up now as well. So I have this model set up too. Where are you? Yeah, I'd have to do all the things with her though. Like, which should we go for? The PNG or the reactive? Because both is an option. Oh my god, has the... yeah. I'm just after realizing that I should have had the category be just chatting and then Kingdom Hearts, but it's been the Kingdom Hearts setting this entire time. Also, bye YouTube.